Your hometown news station, AM 1300 KGLO, streaming live online or at KGLO News Facebook page and KGLOAM.com. Sybil Soukup with the Humane Society of North Iowa settles in after you're running a little late for a good reason.
And
few good reasons.
Lots of distractions, but I'm here.
That's right. That's right. That's the important thing.
Yes.
So, yeah, we were talking, just heard a little feature on they're bringing back MySpace. Did you have MySpace?
No, I will say that I'm the donut generation of technology.
Donut.
The donut hole. Isn't that like a Medicare?
Oh, that's, yeah. I think that's something completely
I'm
different.
the donut hole generation of technology, of online social media. So when I was in high school, well, actually when I was in grade school, we did the whole Oregon Trail game. You die of dysentery on an Apple IIc computer. Okay. And then in high school was when I got like my first Yahoo address.
Ooh.
But still the internet was still not the thing. And then MySpace was somewhere in between that. And then when I entered the workforce, in my 20s, and then you had like Netscape, Firefox. These are like
net browsers.
Yeah, net browsers. And no, I never did the MySpace thing because by then I was like too cool for that school.
Yeah, and I never got into. I was trying to avoid social media at all possibilities back then. And it's like you need to get on Facebook, and then of course everything's got to be on Facebook now, or Twitter, or I'm sorry, X.
Yeah,
whatever. But
and Facebook is
Instagram.
Like only for people 30 and older, apparently.
I guess.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Anyway, let's talk about Pet of the Week here. What do we got?
All my dogs and cats, they're on the internet. They're on they have their own profile. So I wanted to talk about a beautiful, beautiful American Bulldog mix girl named Kalo. Okay. She is a big brown brindle, just big girl. She's been in the shelter now since last November she came in. So a long time. Yeah. She came in with her brother Kane. So Kane and Kalo. Actually, yeah. And I couldn't remember if they're brothers or not, or brother and sister, but I believe they are. But Kane got adopted recently. And so Kalo is sitting at the shelter by herself. But Kane and Kalo were two dogs that could be walked together. And so they were very popular as walking dogs. But people could come in with their friends. Sure. One would take Kane, one would take Kalo. And out the door they'd go. And the two just were so popular and a lot of fun. But, these are large breed dogs that require, a lot of care, a lot of time. Right. And so they didn't get adopted. And, until recently that Kane got adopted. It took a little bit longer for them to find their homes. And now Kalo is patiently waiting at the shelter. But her buddy's gone. Her brother's gone. So, we don't like when that happens. But we're happy for Kane. But we're sad that Kalo's sitting back at the shelter. And so I'm hoping that people that will come to continue to walk her and help us find her that forever home that she deserves. I was just looking at her profile picture to just see what else we've got on her. She is a very strong dog, but good on a leash. I mean, she's very good on a leash. She's relatively calm. She would thrive with a family that's willing to give her the time she needs to settle in. She obviously likes other dogs. Right. I think she does good with cats. I can't recall if we've had her directly in our cat area, but if you have a kitty and are interested in her, we'd definitely cat test her and make sure she is. But she's a beautiful dog. We have so many beautiful dogs at the shelter right now, but Kalo, I'm feeling especially a little brokenhearted for right now because her buddy got adopted, and I'm sure she's happy for him too. But she waits. She's waiting.
I'm sure that, coming out and taking a dog for a walk would be one way to try to see if that's the appropriate pet to adopt, maybe.
Absolutely. So, we rely on volunteers to come out and exercise the dogs and hang out with the kitties and socialize the cats. Our dogs are in and out all day long, in the kennel area. They have indoor, outdoor access. Our kennel staff takes them in and out to the outdoor fenced areas. But, a lot of these breeds, these large breeds especially, we have a lot of husky breeds right now. They require more than just going out and doing an exercise yard. They need to go for a run or a long walk. And so we absolutely rely on volunteers to come do that for us. And Kalo is one of those dogs that she likes to get out and go for long walks. So she and Kane have been really popular this summer, like I said, and gotten a lot of walks in. And now that he's gone, I hope that people will still come and walk her for sure. But then I really hope that somebody would just come and hear the story of how Kane got adopted and then feel bad and give her home too.
Yeah. I assume as we start thinking about maybe some of your volunteers heading back to college, maybe some college kids come home for the summer and, help out, that you're probably more in need of volunteers once we start to turn to the school year.
Absolutely. Yeah. And this time of year, it's always a little bit quiet. It gets a little bit quieter because everybody's preparing to go back to school,
Right.
grade school kids, high school kids, and college kids. And so things kind of slow down a little bit for us with volunteers. And so now is the time that we actually need more help. So anybody can volunteer. If you're 18 or older, you just show up. Don't wear flip-flops or slides. Wear a pair of tennis shoes.
I was going to say, we've talked about that several times on where the appropriate, if you're going to go out for a walk, where the appropriate footwear.
A dog like Kayla she'd love to just take you for a little stroll and maybe pull you right out of those slides and mistake it for a chew toy. So if you're 16 or 17, you can volunteer unsupervised. You just need to have mom or dad or a guardian sign off on the volunteer form that says it's okay. 15 and younger, you do need to come out with an adult. I mean, you're dealing with live animals. You're pretty much unsupervised. We show you around and we'll help you out. But otherwise, it's a pretty self-directed journey to go hang out at the shelter. But we have a lot of wonderful dogs out there. And, I wanted to throw in this little message here today because I saw you out at the fair over the weekend. Yeah. And I went to a couple different times and had a great time. And one of my favorite shows was this young man that was doing a show with his dogs called Canine in the Clouds. And it was like Frisbee agility, dock dogs, dogs that catch things while running off the dock. And he has 10 different dogs that he owns. They're his dogs. They're all from rescues and shelters that he's accumulated kind of along the way. Every single one of them is like a shepherd, Malinois, collie, border collie, mix of some sort, pit mix. But all of them are extraordinarily high energy breeds. And he makes a point of, I love his message. The show was incredible. These dogs, he throws a Frisbee and these dogs have like a 10-foot vertical and they just jump right up and get it. So it was a lot of fun to watch. But at the end, he makes a really great message about one, there's a lot of great dogs in shelters all over the country that, all of these dogs were someone's pet at one time that for whatever reason, they're not. And they are looking for a forever home again. And so I love that message. But secondly, all of his dogs are the high energy breed. And assumingly that a lot of them ended up in a shelter because of that high energy drive. And these are working breeds that he works with. Well, the point he makes is that when you're looking to add a furry friend to your household, make sure you're getting a dog that is appropriate to the energy level that your home can provide.
Right.
If you're a person who's on the go and busy all the time and not home as much, I wouldn't look to get a dog that has a lot of requirements for physical activity and attention and things like that. Maybe a bit more self-sufficient dog, but like a dog like Kalo, this is not a dog you can just leave at home for 100 hours a week. She needs attention. She needs daily walks multiple times a day because a tired dog is a well-behaved dog. And that's another message that he said a lot. But anyway, just the messaging, I like that a lot. And it holds true for our shelter too. We have a lot of high energy breeds right now, working dog breeds, a lot of the Huskies. And so when you're looking to add a furry friend, make sure that you're getting a dog that is going to be able to match the energy level that your home can provide.
Yeah, you asked if I saw the show, and I did not see. We were both out on Thursday for the opening the new horse barn out there, which was it was a great facility that was well needed, and I just maybe the show wasn't going on at that point, and I completely either missed it or wasn't paying attention, I guess. So,
well, I saw it a couple times because I went back just to see it.
Right.
And then they also had a tiger encounter show that was really impressive. But it wasn't, as a humane person, I don't support performance animals.
Sure.
But none of these are really performing animals. I mean, the tiger display was more about education about the extinction of animals and conserving breeds and, how we as humans need to do better to help protect these breeds, these wild animal breeds. So it was educational, but fun. geared towards kids. So
Right.
I enjoyed it, of course.
Yep, exactly.
And the Canine in the Clouds was actually an entertainment display, but these dogs were not performing. Like they were not working for treats. This was part of their job to catch frisbees and run off the dock. And you could just see the joy that they were having in doing their job.
Right.
And so I thought it was a really great time, and I applaud the fair for their efforts and all the people involved out there that put so much work into making it a great free fair. I try to promote it on my Facebook, on my social media, that, few counties have a free fair anymore.
Right.
And it was there's a lot of great things. I felt bad. They had a bad rainy day on Friday.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Tough. Yeah.
But anyway, the fair was great.
Yeah.
The dogs were great. And the Humane Society needs volunteers. That's all the messaging.
There we go. Well, you better give out the hours and the address and all that fun stuff, too.
Yeah. So the Humane Society is located here in Mason City on the east edge of town, 2700 South Birch Drive, Old River Road. And we are open Tuesday through Friday from 10 to 4, Saturdays 10 to 2. And our website is hsni.org. That's HSNI as in Humane Society North Iowa.org. And we have all of our information about our adoptable animals on there, how you can help, volunteering, the rules, all that is located on our website. So check it out, come visit us, and come meet my pretty girl Kalo and spend some time with her. She's feeling lonely since her buddy got adopted.
Well, Sybil, we appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
And you will be back in the studio next week. I will not.
Oh my gosh. Well, am I on my own?
Yeah, you want to do the whole morning show?
Sweet. I can just push some buttons on that. I'm good at pushing buttons, so I've been told.
Okay.
So I'm sure I can handle that control board, no problem.
Molly will be in here, so sitting in for me. So.
Oh, good.
All right. We appreciate it. Have a good week.
Thanks,
I'll see you in a couple of weeks. So, Sybil Soukup with the Humane Society of North Iowa here in your hometown news station, AM 1300 KGLO. Sports is next.
DQ presents the Blizzard